Before starting this poem, let me ask you two questions. First, when you think about fire, what comes in your mind? Second, in the same way, when you think about ice, what comes in your mind? In this poem, we will come across some difficult words. The meanings are given of some of the difficult words. First word is desire. It means a strong feeling of wanting to have something or wishing for something to happen. Second word is favor. It means approval or support. Third word is perish. It means die. Fourth word is suffice. It means sufficient. First of all, let us read the poem Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. Now let us see what the poet wants to say from this poem. It is certain that this world will come to an end. The poet shares the belief of the people that everything that exists now will end sooner or later. The poet deals with a very sublime subject, the end of the world. The poet talks about the two different beliefs regarding the end of this material world. Some say that this world will end in the fire. The world will be reduced to a fireball in the end. There are others who think that this world will end in ice. It means freezing of all kind of life into death and destruction. The poet sides with those who believe that this world will end in fire. The poet links these two very powerful elements of nature to human emotions and human behavior. Fire, which is a symbol of human passions. Fire also stands for unbridled desires, uncontrolled passions of love and desire will be the cause of destruction of this world. Uncontrolled fire and untamed passion, desire, will certainly bring an end to this world. The poet confesses that he himself has tasted of desire, so he is quite aware of the potential of passions of fire, of love, of causing death and destruction. No doubt, fire can bring an end of this world, but if this world has to be destroyed twice, then ice can serve that purpose. Ice represents a dialectical emotions that is opposite to fire. It represents hate. This hate is not the product of an outburst for revenge. On the other hand, it stands for cold and ice reasoning. The poet compares the nature of ice with hatreds. So is cold and calculated reasoning. Hate, born of cold reasoning, makes a man insensitive to feelings. Hatred can make our minds numb. Cold thoughts and reasoning makes us insensitive and cruel. So, the poet thinks the ice or hate can be a great and strong cause for the destruction of this world. Ice or hatred will suffice to bring an end to this world. According to the poet, it doesn't matter how the world will end. Even hate born out of cold and icy reason is sufficient to cause destruction at the end of the world. My dear students, hope you have understood this poem. Now let us see the literary device of this poem. The rhyming scheme in the poem is ABA, ABC, BCB. Figure of speech used in this poem are: first, assonance. It is the repetition of vowel sound in the same line. The repetition is at different places in different words. Example, the long sound of O in I hold with those who favor fire. Second figure of speech is alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of a consonant sound at the start of two or more closely placed words. Example, the sound of F in favor fire and W in world will. Third figure of speech is imagery. Imagery is used to make readers perceive things involving their five senses. Example, some say the world will end in fire, to say that for destruction, ice is also great. Fourth figure of speech is personification. Personification is to give human qualities to inanimate objects. In this poem, fire and ice are capable of destruction. Thus, the poet personifies fire and ice by giving them mind and power to destroy anything. Now let's quickly recapitulate the poem. The poet feels that this world of ours will come to an end. He is not very clear when the end will come. He comes to this conclusion on the basis of what people say on this subject. He seems to show his agreement at what people say regarding the ending of the world. On the basis of what people think, the poet believes that this world will come to an end by the two highly contrasting but powerful elements of nature, fire and ice. Either fire or ice or both will be the cause of the ending of the world. Then the poet linked these two powerful natural elements to human beings and their emotions. In the first stanza, the poet shows his agreement with those who believe that fire will cause the end of the world. He links the element of fire to the human emotions of desire or passions. The uncontrolled fire of passion and desire may lead us to the end of this world. Then the poet comes to the second alternative that can cause the end of this world. It is the ice which can also cause the end of the world. In terms of human emotion, ice means hate, created by cold reasoning. He has experienced enough of hate which is born out of icy cold reasoning. In the end, poet agrees that it doesn't matter whether it is fire or ice can cause the end of the world. Now, Based on this poem, here is a short assignment for you. Thank you.